We all have those shows that hold a special place in our hearts, and you've got to agree with me that Pawn Stars is one of them. Watching everyone make deals and come across one-of-a-kind, amazing, and sometimes downright bizarre items is what makes this show super cool. But you know who really spices things up? Austin Russell, aka Chumlee. Chumlee's been working at the shop for a long time, but what just happened to him will shock you to your core. This is Chum's unfiltered story. Chumlee was born on September 8, 1982, in Henderson, Nevada. Growing up in a bustling household of 6, he attended school in Las Vegas. His father had an exciting career as a DJ, while his mother worked at a local casino. From a young age, Chumlee was fascinated by collecting and selling items, a passion that, little did he know, would later become his profession. Or maybe he did know. Anyway, Chumlee was best friends with Corey Harrison, the son of Rick Harrison, and grandson of Richard Harrison, both of whom owned the gold and silver pawn shop. Unaware of what lay ahead, Chumlee finished high school and started working with Corey's family at their shop, turning his childhood passion into a career. Chumlee spent 5 years working at the shop before Pawn Stars hit the airwaves in July 2009. The show's concept was the brainchild of Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines from Left Field Pictures. It was inspired by the quirky and somewhat seedy pawn shops they encountered during a 2008 visit to Las Vegas. Convinced these shops housed unique characters, they scoured the city for the perfect family-run store and struck gold with the gold and silver pawn shop, located just a stone's throw from the Las Vegas Strip. The best part was that this shop had already been featured in a 2001 PBS documentary and an episode of Insomniac with Dave Attell in 2003. Additionally, Rick Harrison, the part owner and manager, had spent years unsuccessfully pitching a show based on his shop. So basically, everything was set in their favor from the start. Initially, the series was pitched to HBO as a taxicab confessions-style show, centered around the shop's night window. However, it evolved into the family-friendly format we know and love today. History President Nancy Dubuc, aiming to balance the network's heavy military programming with more mainstream content, picked up the show. Originally titled Pawning History, it was renamed Pawn Stars after a clever staffer suggested the catchy, pun-filled title. Filmed on location at the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas, the show started featuring a variety of vintage and antique items, though jewelry was the most common. Each episode highlighted about 5 or 6 items with Rick, his son Corey, Richard, aka the Old Man, and Chumlee. Over the years, the show has also delved into the relationships and conflicts among Rick, Corey, the Old Man, and Chum. Common. We've seen it all. Debates on how to run the shop, questioning Corey's judgment, and teasing Chumlee about his intelligence and competence. So it's no surprise that since the beginning, the show became an instant sensation and is still loved by many, not just in America, but all across the globe. Trivia questions about the shop, its inventory, or the cast add an extra layer of fun to each episode. Pawn Stars has also inspired imitators like True TV's Hardcore Pawn and history's own Cajun Pawn Stars. The show's success has turned the gold and silver pawn shop into a major tourist attraction, with customer traffic skyrocketing from 70 to 100 per day to over 1,000. And guess what? Chumlee has been a part of it all. He has been a key participant in this incredible journey, from the humble beginnings to the cultural phenomenon it became. Over the years, we've seen Chum make some of the best, as well as some questionable purchases. However, most of the time, his knowledge about pinball machines, sports memorabilia, sneakers, toys, and video games was phenomenal. I also liked the episode when Chum stumbled upon a rare set of unproduced Care Bear Cousins prototypes from Kenner, including a rare Treatheart pig, which expert Steve Johnston valued at $3,000 alone, with the total collection worth $4,400. But Chummy Boy negotiated a deal at $3,100. The episode when a delicate and ornate antique Chinese fingernail guard caught Chumlee's eye was also impressive. Initially priced at $250, Chumlee haggled down to $240. Expert Phineas confirmed its authenticity, suggesting it could fetch $750 at auction, marking a significant profit. And who can forget the time when Chumlee tested and purchased an M9A1 flamethrower from the Vietnam War for $5,000. Expert Ron Chaney noted that its value could reach $8,000 due to its condition and rarity. It was definitely a thrilling and valuable acquisition. Speaking of valuable, Chum couldn't resist purchasing an Elon Musk not a flamethrower for $1,400. Despite Rick's skepticism, expert Alex Cranmer valued it at $1,200 if operational, emphasizing its appeal as a unique collector's item. But man, the most bizarre yet interesting deal has to be that of the bronze bust of Madonna, not the pop singer, brought into the shop. This deal showcased Chumlee's interest in eclectic items. The detailed craftsmanship and historical significance added to its allure, though the final deal and appraisal were not highlighted in the episode. Chumlee's passion for vintage gaming was also evident when he negotiated for a classic pinball machine. The nostalgic appeal and potential restoration value made it a fun and profitable purchase. Another standout was a rare signed Jimi Hendrix poster. The memorabilia's authenticity and historical significance made it a coveted item among rock and roll enthusiasts. Chum's passion for sneakers also paid off when he landed a deal on a limited edition pair. And let's not forget the World War II Japanese rifle with its killer historical value. Expert examination confirmed its authenticity and potential worth, making it a valuable addition to the shop's military collection. Keeping all these wild but impressive deals in sight, guess we can agree that Chumlee's diverse interests and keen eye for unique collectibles consistently bring intriguing items into the shop, making his deals some of the most entertaining and profitable on Pawnstars. Since his rise to fame and all this experience, Chumlee has undergone remarkable personal growth. Initially seen as the lovable comic relief on the show, he has blossomed into a savvy businessman and entrepreneur. His journey in the spotlight has imparted valuable lessons about fame, fortune, and responsibility. Embracing the show's success, Chumlee launched his own company to sell novelty items of his design and to manage personal appearances. In 2010, he made a strategic move by selling half of his stake in the company to Rick Harrison for $155,000, ensuring the shop could handle the flood of orders more efficiently. Thanks to his charm and popularity, Chumlee's merchandise sales have outshined those of other stars on the show. In May 2017, Chum took a sweet leap forward by opening Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, a delightful candy shop just across the street from the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas. This venture not only showcases his business acumen, but also his playful spirit and connection with fans. Besides his journey to success and rising fame, Chumlee has also embarked on a path of self-improvement, particularly focusing on his health. Chumlee has navigated numerous challenges in the public eye, but his weight wasn't a primary focus until more recently. Now, we all know that Chum has been a big boy, but after his father passed away, his primary focus was to improve his health. But there was one huge hurdle to a healthy life: his excessive weight. So in September 2013, Chumlee embarked on a transformative journey. Within a year, he shed 75 pounds through dedicated efforts. He hit the gym 6 days a week, revamped his diet to include more juices and vegetables, and cut out red meat. This life-altering shift was fueled by the heart-wrenching loss of his father to pancreatic cancer just before Pawnstars premiered. The new diet even allowed him to enjoy riding a hovercraft he had bought, which had a weight limit of 250 pounds. However, his weight kept climbing back up. Fed up with the constant struggle, he knew it was time for a drastic change when he tipped the scales at 350 pounds. Aware that he couldn't tackle this alone and determined to turn his life around once again, he sought medical advice. He opted for gastric sleeve surgery at Blossom Bariatrics in Las Vegas. Thanks to the surgery, by October 2021, Chum had lost 160 pounds. Perhaps Corey's journey with gastric sleeve surgery and the positive results he achieved also inspired Chumlee to take the same path. Now, Chumlee maintains a healthy weight of 190 pounds by prioritizing clean eating, regular exercise, and a solid support system. His journey serves as an inspiration to those facing similar struggles with weight. Despite the temptations of his lifestyle, he managed to lose around 160 pounds. Though he has gained some weight recently, he views his journey as worthwhile. His story is a testament to resilience and the power of personal transformation. But while his weight loss journey ultimately turned out in his favor, his romantic life has been a bit of a roller coaster. Now, what woman wouldn't be drawn to someone with massive wealth and fame? I mean, Chumlee enjoys collecting shoes and owns more than 200 pairs. He's passionate about sports, the Pokemon trading card game, video games, and skateboarding. A fan of both punk rock and rap music, he also loves TV series like Boardwalk Empire, Sons of Anarchy, and Breaking Bad. Chumlee drives a customized 1986 Buick Regal with hydraulic lifts and, as of 2013, owned an impressive collection of cars, including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, Maserati Gran Turismo, Cadillac Escalade, Range Rover, and a 1964 Impala SS. Any woman would go gaga over him, right? But even all these luxuries and eccentric lifestyle couldn't save Chumlee's marriage from falling apart. It all started like a fairy tale in 2016. Chumlee was already a TV star, and Olivia, a young woman honing her photography skills, was a student at the University of Nevada. From the moment they met, it was like a scene straight out of a romance novel. Fireworks, butterflies, and that undeniable fairy tale magic. In 2018, Austin and Olivia took their love story to Honolulu, Hawaii, where they got engaged in a setting that could only be described as breathtakingly romantic. And the best part is that Chumlee, ever the showman, proposed with a stunning 1.5-carat diamond ring. They celebrated with a pre-wedding party and tied the knot shortly after. On the surface, they had it all: love, fame, and money. But just as their story seemed perfect, reality hit hard. Chumlee's world started to crumble down with some serious legal issues, and let's just say these troubles were far from pretty. Chumlee's life took a dramatic turn when he was hit with a brutal legal battle. Reports surfaced that an anonymous woman had leveled serious allegations of assault against him. Some reports also suggest that this woman was a fellow staff member at the Gold and Silver pawn shop. However, her identity has never been revealed. The situation quickly escalated as law enforcement raided his home under a warrant related to a sexual assault investigation. But what they uncovered was alarming. Chum had a massive stash of dangerous drugs, including crystal meth, marijuana, and Xanax, and if that wasn't bad enough, he also had a frightening array of unregistered firearms, including an assault-style MP5 and .223 caliber rifles. With 19 drug possession charges and 1 weapons charge piling up against him, it was no shock that Chumlee was arrested and taken into custody, facing such severe legal troubles, including the possibility of up to 70 years in prison. If convicted on all counts, his once glamorous life had turned upside down. After making bail, Chumlee found himself facing a grim reality in court. He decided to take a plea bargain, which meant he admitted guilt on both the felony weapons charge and the misdemeanor drug possession charge. Thanks to this decision, he did not spend any time behind bars. Instead, he opted for counseling and a 3-year probation. It was a sobering decision, and it reflected just how desperate he was to avoid prison. Yet it didn't erase the gravity of his situation. The sexual assault charges were also dropped due to insufficient evidence. But even though this meant he wouldn't be prosecuted for those accusations, it didn't automatically clear his name. The public remained brutal, with its comments and speculations. Perhaps one of the reasons is that assault cases can be incredibly tough to prove, and the victim rarely finds justice. The whole ordeal left a shadow over Chumlee's public persona. For fans and admirers, it was a heartbreaking turn of events. The man who had always appeared so lively and full of life on their favorite show had a dark side nobody knew of. But now the reality of his darker side had become painfully clear, proving that even those we admire can have hidden struggles. And not everyone is as they seem on screen. Now, Olivia had been the most trusting and supportive wife throughout this ordeal. She stood by Chum like a rock through the entire turbulent period. However, you can't deny that all these allegations were also an emotional storm for her. The allegations were severe, and the relentless scrutiny from the public took a heavy toll on their relationship. It's completely understandable that such intense pressure would create rifts between even the most committed partners. And by 2020, the change was evident. Fans began to notice a shift. No more romantic snapshots, no more couple goals. Olivia's Instagram feed started showing pictures with professional poker player Jake Schindler, while Chumlee was conspicuously silent about his love life. In 2023, despite still following each other on social media, Chumlee and Olivia had clearly moved on from their once shared romantic journey. Olivia liked a few of Chumlee's posts, but there were no more public displays of affection or interactions that hinted at a rekindled relationship. The split might have been influenced by more than just legal troubles, though. Issues like their age difference and the strain of long-distance living could have added to the friction. Chumlee's own posts had once hinted at how much he missed Olivia during her time at USCB and her work in Las Vegas. It's evident that despite their deep connection, the demands of their lives and careers might have simply made it impossible for them to sustain their marriage. The love story that once seemed so promising had inevitably unraveled, leaving both to navigate their paths forward separately. Well, let's hope both of them find happiness and peace in their lives. But man, you got to appreciate that despite Chumlee's many struggles and mistakes, ups and downs, there's been one constant through it all: his unshakable bond with his friends at the pawn shop. Even through his toughest legal battles, Corey and his father Rick have stood by him, offering unwavering support. Their friendship has remained a rock in Chumlee's turbulent life. Recently, a heartwarming video surfaced showing Chumlee playfully teasing Rick. Now, it's important to remember that Rick was grieving the loss of his son, Adam, who tragically died from a drug overdose. While Rick was likely in a very somber place, Chumlee's lighthearted antics were a genuine attempt to lift his friend's spirits and bring a smile to his face. This gesture highlighted the complexity of human nature. One moment Chumlee might seem like a troublemaker, and the next, he's showing a deeply caring side. In the past days, there had been a lot of buzz about Chumlee's activities. People started speculating, as usual, when Chum went a bit quiet on social media for a while. Tracking his whereabouts became a bit of a puzzle. He might have been laying low simply to savor some well-deserved time away from the limelight, or perhaps to steer clear of the media frenzy that followed his legal issues.